Shinfo, how you doing? We're back again. This time I'm making sandwiches. Last one was I don't know what happened there. I do. There's been a couple things on my plate for a while, and I haven't really had a chance like I want to, but I see that it's almost time, so we're back again doing a show. Hi, how you doing? Here we are. We're putting some tomatoes down. We got the vegan Hellmann's down. We got some mustard. We got some type of tofurkey there. I can't see it right now. It's there, but I just don't know what it is. So that one slicing tomato, and then I'm gonna do olives, spicy pickles here. These are hot and spicy pickles. Put these down us here. These in us. Just dump out all that spicy pickle water. Bunch of stuff in here. I don't know. The chick likes, holy crap, there's like pimentos in here. Hang on, I did not. We don't want to put any pimentos in our sandwich. Nobody likes a pimento. I love pimento. Oh, my mouth is just watering. Hang on, let me get this stuff out of the jar. What is this? These are spicy pickles. These are like, oh, there's like a pepper. So they put, I guess that's how they get the spice in there. There's a piece of pickled pepper in there. There's actually mostly peppers left in this jar, and they're spicy. I know they're spicy because, well, I was eating these pickles. I'm like, they're too spicy for me. I don't know, something happened to me. And you can't even watch my old shows because of YouTube. YouTube's like, oh, there's stuff on your channel that's I don't even remember what they were saying, but I go look around YouTube and there's people drinking from a 2.6 of vodka on the live stream. Fucking blazing in front of the camera. It's sickening already to know that these are corporate cops and what they're doing is it's called that Mr. Big thing, right? They're trying to set you up. It's a sting. It's a setup. Most of you are too stupid to understand. A lot of you aren't because you're hesitant. You know, you've played it safe this long. You're in a country or a state that's a red state, and you're watching a weed live stream on YouTube, and they're like, hey, what kind of weed do you have, bud? And it's like, shh, they're all narcs. They're a bunch of narcs, man. I always asked, again, you can't tell because I don't have my old videos, but I used to say, are you in a legal state? Because if you're not, don't say a fucking word, you know? You won't ever hear that from these channels. Narc-ridden, infested scum. People have families, you know, people, just because you don't like alcohol, they hate on you. This is a fact. Just because you don't like alcohol, they hate on you. Religious people can't stand cannabis. I don't know what it is, but they hate it with a passion. People that are just alcoholics can't stand cannabis. It's like, oh, that's like the worst thing you could possibly. I'm like, shut up, it's medical, bud. We're trying to find a bottle of medical wine or medical beer. Just assholes. Inconsiderate, ignorant assholes have a bad view on cannabis. And you know what? It's derived in doctrine from your life when you're growing up. You know, everything that you left and fled away from when you were a child, you grew up and you moved away because of the lifestyle that you were treated, how you were told everything is this way and that way. Look how far away you moved from those people that told you how it was. Yet you still live exactly, and you even think like those people that raised you. It's just disgusting and despicable. The more I learn about influence and upbringing and molding, man, you can get some really creepy people by the time you're 30. Really creepy people. It's not even that you're molded a certain way, like a good way. It's that these people that had far too much to say taught you nothing except how to be an asshole in life, right? How to know it all, how to lecture, right? How to yell, how to have a temper, right? I don't like anyone that has, like when if I'm hanging out with someone and I know people, I don't think I've ever yelled at anyone that I've ever met. Never. I can list hundreds of people that I've never raised my voice at. And it's just weird, you know? It's very weird. There's so many people in the world that they need to give their head a shake, shut your mouth, and just carry on with your life. Stop throwing stones in glass houses, you know? Don't think that you're so much better than someone else. I stick up for people. I don't go out and say, oh, like I'm not coming up with things, you know, some stupid dumbass argument I found on the internet that comes off Wikipedia. Get out of here. Talking about 45, 55, 75 years of science. Like you look at a country like Israel, very, very, very powerful, very rich, and they have completely, almost entirely legalized cannabis. You know, medical marijuana in Israel, they've been studying cannabis for decades. Same with Italy. They've been studying cannabis for a long time. But most of you would never understand this or know this because you're daft in your lifestyle. You know, the things you learn about don't matter. You know, the lifestyle that you lead will never even be a thing when the lights go out. And I'll keep saying that. One day the lights will go out, you'll be lost, you'll be hopeless, you'll never eat a good meal again. That's because the indoctrination that you've allowed in your life is one that's pushing buttons, yeah? Your life revolves around clicking a mouse, yeah? It's wrong. Just wrong. Everyone thinks that growing is so easy. I challenge every single person that ever watches this show to go grow a garden and see how much yield your garden has. Is it full of pestilence? Is it full of disease? What you need to do is grow. Grow a plant, grow a tomato, learn about nature. So you got volume, good. And become something, you know? Don't think that you're a button pusher or a clicker or a daily live streamer and your life is going to be perfect in 10 years. You're a goof. You got to learn to grow. If you know how to grow, you got to learn to build. You got to learn about concrete, you know, you have to learn about elevation and runoff and, you know, all these things, because your runoff is so important, because if you ever get to the point where you can find a fresh lake or a fresh pond or a well, everything you use around the area for 150 miles can leach into the well. It's called runoff. And farmers have horribly ran off their cattle, their livestock. They have cesspools where all the poop and the pee goes and all this, and it's disgusting. But these monstrous farms are leaching that into the soil, and it's on an extremely high level. It's called phosphorus. A lot of you need to learn about this stuff. But runoff from farmers' fields and their livestock are polluting and tainting the waters, the lakes, the streams, the creeks that flow into the larger rivers, lakes, and oceans. Facts. I come from an area where this has been talked about since 1996, okay? And I ain't gonna listen. I'm teaching. You listen. You learn. You move on, okay? I feel like I don't have enough crap in my roll-up there. My boss roll-up. What could I add? Some spinach leaves, I guess? I mean, some more tomato? I guess we could do more slices of tomato. It's gonna be heavenly, so why not? Let's wash this tomato and throw a sticker in the garbage. Where is this tomato from? This one's grown in Canada. Holy shit. Something grown in Canada already. This is the first tomato I've seen grown in Canada this year, and we're in May, so that's saying something about Canada. Hopefully Canada can step up and grow monstrous greenhouse lifestyle like China. China is amazing, you know. And here's just a touch off to a different topic for half a second. Apparently Western culture is not recognizing Chinese ancient findings that have just come to light. Apparently, there's been some piping found in a pyramid, over 150,000-year-old pipe system ran through a pyramid in China that they've recently discovered, and it's thrown all, what do you call those carbon daters, those liars, historians? It's thrown all of these people for a loop because it's now 150. Now there's civilizations 150,000 years ago, and there's fucking pyramids. You should see the size of some of these pipes that they have. They're like a pipe system. I can't. It looks to be at least this round, like monstrous pipes. Stuff that none of you could ever, with all the money you ever have and ever will accrue, you couldn't get one built because it's that insane of a project. So just to give you an idea, this was a fucking 150,000 years ago. So don't believe nothing that the Bible says, because the Bible was written by a European, and it's all a lie. But again, go watch the movie fucking Book of Eli. Like, some good people do exist in this world. I bet you the elites, if they could get rid of a few movies, I bet you they'd wipe out Book of Eli forever, eh? Because it has a lot of real shit that's actually going to go down, and there's a lot of people that ain't ready for what's coming. You're soft, you're lazy, you got no instincts. You got none because you just sit inside all day. How could you have a fucking instinct even about a squirrel or a badger if you're just stuck inside all day? Think about it. Instincts come from being in nature. This is so good. Oh my god. I'm like a chef. I just gave my wife some of the best kisses in the world. Don't be jealous, ladies. There's none for you. Oh, I'm just kidding. You can have all the digital kisses you want. On a live stream only, though. You gotta come into the live stream and ask for a digital kiss. You gotta also be a certain age, too, like 45 and older. I think 45 is a safe age where most people don't get lost in your head and you don't fantasize anymore. Like your fantasies are over. So, but anyone who's under 40, 45 even, you got fantasies racing in your head, and I ain't part of it, okay? I'm telling you, I'll let you down really fast and really hard. You'll fall on some spikes if I do it. So don't fantasize about me. I don't like any of that. It's kind of, actually, I hate it. It's creepy, and I don't want to talk to people that fantasize about me. Okay, just throwing it out there. I am a boss, and I have very large sticks I carry with me at all times when I'm beating off the ladies. Just get out of here. Whenever I go out in public, come on, get the fuck out of here. Just swinging. My chick's there with her purse, just, the fuck back, he's mine. The fuck back. Get back. You can see her just swinging on him, eh? No, my chick's so nice, she's never hurt a fly. And me too. I mean, I don't want to, never come up to me and ask for a hug, or don't come up to me in person. I don't like that. Leave me alone in public. Don't come up to me. If there's like 5 of you that I actually love, you better come up to me. But the rest of you, you haven't made it in my inner circle, and I highly doubt you ever will, okay? And again, I'm a realist. I'm not here to, oh, I can't wait to meet you. No, like seriously, things have changed now where I trust hardly anybody, you know? I don't value people the way I thought I did when I came on here due to the fact that a lot of you lie, cheat, and steal. You know, you're not even vegan. I don't want to hang out with anyone who's not a vegan, period. I'm so different than my mindset and my way of thinking. You would taint and pollute me. And I won't allow that. I only surround myself and situate with myself with people that are moving on up. And I mean to the highest level of ascension, not a fucking corporate ladder like the bitches that are on here, okay? How's it going? Can't want it? Spicy pickles, spicy peppers, green olives, lots of tomato slices. I'll tell you what kind of tofurkey I use. It's so good. Hickory smoked. Sorry, one second. Hickory smoked plant-based slices. I love this one. I actually did 2 in a row of the tofurkey purple pack, and that is peppered. I'm not even sure what it is. I'm so sorry, but it's peppered plant-based meat. It's freaking good. But this one, my first bite, was like, oh. It reminded me of a BLT when I was a kid. Hold the lettuce. Because who really needs lettuce? I'll have a salad, not 2 strips of lettuce, bud. I'll eat the whole bag. What's really going on? So here you have the boss roll up there. Let me pin this comment. Hilarious comment here. See, when you come in here, try and be a boss like Kanawana. Oh my god, somebody asked, what should I do when I go outside? Enjoy the sun. Just go look up at the sky. Check out the clouds. Maybe you'll see some birds flying. Climb a tree, dig a hole, put a seed in there, put some dirt on top. Bunch of water. If you know it's not going to rain for a bunch of days, put an extra bunch of water around that area. Come on. Use your imagination. Einstein said it best, but I don't know what he said. Something about use that damn imagination you got. Don't quote me on it. It's not an Einstein quote. I got some awesome placards in my house, like in certain areas that have Einstein quotes. Just a couple of spots, but I don't remember what they are. All I know is Einstein, and I have a hard time finding this quote from when I first went vegan. Actually, before I was vegan, my first, I was about 27. I was sitting at a desk, a small little computer desk, with a really cheap little computer. Very cheap. I'd never had anything so cheap in my life. And I was sitting there working, clicking buttons and working. But I took some time. I'm not going to say, I was a buy and seller, so I would hook up with amazing electronics and all kinds of stuff. But let's talk about what actually matters, not money and this and that. But that's why I was sitting at this little shitty desk. And Einstein, I've always loved Einstein. Since I was 19, in 1999, I got a computer. What is so good about the outside? So I guess you've never been to jail? You didn't go through a quarantine? You weren't told you couldn't leave your house after 8 p.m. and you couldn't leave your house until 6 a.m.? You're not from Quebec, I guess? What's good about outside? And I guess you've never grown anything before in your life, eh? What's good about outside? The strawberries, the blueberry, the raspberry, the apples, the tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes, the ground tomatoes. I could go on forever. The water. You're never going to find a lake inside. What's up? Sinna, how you doing, homie? Make sure you all hitting that like button. You want to chat with me? You want to sit here and converse with me, but you're too stupid to hit a like button? I don't like that. Wild horses, raccoons, feral cats, wild dogs, snakes, lizards, fish, minnows, frogs, butterflies, dragonflies, ladybugs, all sorts of ants, insects, centipedes, spiders. I love the outside. When I was a kid, I'd spend half my day, literally half my, something that no one does. Sometimes I would spend my whole fucking day outside. If I was at my cottage, I wouldn't come in until they dragged me in. And as soon as I got out of my bed in the morning, I was down at the river bend doing my thing. I am blessed. Okay, I grew up extremely, not extremely poor. There's far poorer people than I am, or was. Sorry, when I grew up. Although there were points in my life when I had nothing, and I was as poor could be. $0, no new clothes, hardly any food. So don't shit. I shit you not, okay? But when I'm telling you about like when I would wake up and go outside of my cottage, that was at a point that only lasted about 5-6 years. I don't even really know totally how long it lasted. But before that, I was going to cottages for the entire summer. So I don't really. I used to I used to vacation in Ontario, Kenora, Lake of the Woods. We used to go spend 60 days in the wild, cottage country, whatever, cabins, and I did more as a little kid than 90% of the children or adults that are under 30 right now. I did way more as a little kid, way more before I was 8-9 years old. Um, I'm not really into fires, but like uh, you could have a small fire if your area isn't dry. See, right now it's droughts everywhere. Don't have any fires. You're a goof if you have a fire in your backyard when there's no rain for 2 weeks. You're a goof, bro. And I take fires very seriously. So, um, but yeah, like I mean, if you're at the beach and it just rained last week for 4 days straight, you're probably allowed to have a fire. You may not be allowed to have a fire on the beach. You should probably check with your conservation area, like your officers or something like that. But I mean, the areas we grew up in, I know very well, and we knew where we could and couldn't have a fire, and if it was a fire, or if fires were restricted or not restricted. We've always watched. There's a thing called a fire ban here in Canada, in Manitoba anyway. I don't know about some of these areas of Canada. People do what they want, and this is why fires break out, eh? But fires are also created by corporations. As you're well aware, in California, they swear that corporations started fires in the last couple of years in California so they could make people move out of those areas so they could re so that those areas would be the residential homes would burn up, and then they could change that area to relist it or rezone it as a industrial area. This is no joke. The energy companies are a monstrous entity, and they are taking over California very quickly, forcing people further and further, deeper in the back of California. I guess it would be east of California. You can go look this up. This isn't hearsay. This is serious shit right here. You're learning again. You're getting quiet and learn something, right? Cinna, how old am I? You can't tell how old I am? I'll give you one guess. Nobody. I'm 20? With a gray beard and gray hair on the side? Holy shit. Is your entire bloodline like gonna perish in the next 40 days or what? Like, if your bloodline looks like this when they're 20, oh my god, bro. Bro, you can double that and add some to it, but I'm more than twice that old, homie. Hey, thank you for saying I look young, because I feel extremely young some days and other days I feel not. But the point of it is that my genetics are fucking remarkable, okay? I have ridiculous genetics that keep me looking young, probably forever. You really look young? Awesome. Trust me, I'm not. Take it from me, I'm not young. You made me laugh. And we're gonna pin your comment. Sorry, Calamana Grows. Your Sammy comment was there for half the stream. Now we're switching it up. Yeah, I'm definitely not young. Man, you'd be hard pressed to find any dude that's 20 talking about even like 1/10 of anything that I said today. No 20-year-old will ever utter those words. And it is a shame. When I was 20, I was a boss, man. You think I'm fiery now, man? You should have seen me when I was 20. See, I've always been different. I've never really fit in with a large group of people that, where I'm like, oh, I'm like this person. There's like, nah, hardly like anyone in this world. I wouldn't even say I'm opinionated. I think I just stand up for what I believe in, you know? And I don't let lies float around me in the air. If I hear something that's a lie, I'll call you. I'll say you're a bullshitter. So, I mean, and I've been like that since day one, too. Because I asked a bunch of questions when I was a kid, and I got the answers. Maybe it wasn't a truthful answer, but it was an answer. I read between the lines, got the real answer, and then never talked to that person or asked them for advice again because they lied, right? One thing you can't do is trust people that raise you. Sometimes people that raise you will... I mean, it could start out being just fucking stupid as fuck, right? The second thing that's wrong with trusting somebody that raises you is they'll probably shelter you and not give you a chance to grow on your own. I've definitely heard a lot from people where they shield their kids, right? A lot of helicopter parents, you hover around them all day. You never let them live. You don't let them fail. You don't let them struggle. You don't let them strive. But when I think about people in my life who maybe thought they were giving good advice, that advice to this day, had I taken it, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I would be way worse off. And everybody wants you to do one thing for your entire life, and that is where failure is going to happen 99% of the time. If you live your life doing only one thing your whole life, what if that business, what if that lifestyle is no longer? And I'll give you examples. Let's say you were a coal miner, but they've now stopped mining coal forever, right? I mean, I guess a miner, you're still going to go mine some other shit. There's tons of occupations, but let's just use this as an example. Let's say your family grew up as farmers, cow farmers, and now you look at people, you're not making any money off your milk. You used to value your cows at $5,000 a cow a year, and you'd have 50,000 cows, so you'd make like $52 million a year, right? Now these dairy farmers are lucky to break even, make a million, because no one is drinking milk anymore. They realize that the mother's milk belongs for the fucking baby. Period. So that lifestyle, everything they had ever become, is useless now because they can't. There's no chance farming is coming back in 10 years. Do you understand this? So don't. Here's number one moral of the story. Don't put all your fucking eggs in one basket. Okay, diversify not only your investment portfolio, but diversify your lifestyle to include a multitude of different opportunities for you to make a living. Right? It's not going to be easy for people because the way it's set up and designed, you have to go to school for 10 years to become this and that. What happens in 10 years when this and that's no longer even around? You've spent 10 years of your life and you owe $100,000. So before you can make a fucking dime, you got to pay off 100 grand. You got to pay rent, food, you want to get a vehicle, you want to drive a bike, you know? You want to take your girlfriend out, you want to take your boyfriend out, you want to take your son out that you had when you were 16 or your daughter when you had when you were 29. You can't. So, and I'm not, this isn't like a disparaging thing. I'm trying to let you understand. Don't fucking go to university now. There's no place for you in a university unless it's in a horticulture arena. Like if you're going to university to learn to become a grower, if you're going to university to learn how to refine water and purify water, these are fucking things we're going to need in 10 years when the lights go out. But you can't learn that shit if you're a farmer that kicks cows all day.